Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Athletes. I'm going to get the camera situated here. Sorry, it took me a little while to make this video. I had some computer issues, and I've been navigating my job as a math teacher as well. So I am looking forward to this class, and I hope you are too. Today we're going to focus on hamstrings and hip flexors, two parts of my legs that get very stiff with all the runs. You're going to need a strap. If you don't have a strap, just grab a belt from your closet. And then you'll also need, you're also going to need a block. If you don't have a block, grab 2 or 3 pillows or a bolster. Alrighty. Let's see. Just going to make sure you can see my head here. It's kind of hard to see. We're going to go ahead and start on our backs. And make sure that you have your strap handy. My neighbor is using his tractor, so if you're wondering what that sound is, it's him working away here. And I have my assistant, Raider, my kitty. Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and lay down. And place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Bring your shoulder blades together and down your back. And take some really deep breaths. Just releasing any of those thoughts that are on your mind. Taking a moment to arrive here. And go ahead and grab your strap. Interlace it around the ball of the right foot. Gently pull right foot towards your face. And place both straps in your left hand. Shift that foot to the left while keeping both hips rooted into the ground. So you should feel a nice stretch on the outer hip IT band area. And then bring your foot back to center. Place both straps in the right hand. Place your left hand on your hip, rooting it into the ground, and then let the right foot fall to the right. Pulling right foot up towards your head, rooting both hips into the ground. And bring your foot back, placing the straps in the left hand once again. This time, let the foot fall to the left. Let your right shoulder come up off the ground for a nice twist. And then coming back to center and releasing. Bringing your left foot up. Interlace the ball of the foot with the strap. Now a slight micro bend in that knee, pulling your foot towards your head. Placing both straps in your right hand, shifting the foot to the right, rooting both sit bones into the ground. And keep pulling that foot towards your head as well. Coming back to center, place both straps in the left hand. Let your foot fall out to the left. Place your right hand on your right hip, pressing into the mat. And then gently pulling that left foot up towards your head. And coming back to center, placing both straps in your right hand again, and then let your foot fall to the right. This is a pretty intense twist, so feel free to let your left shoulder blade come up off your mat. And coming back, releasing that foot. Placing both feet on the mat, place the left ankle on top of the right knee, interlacing your hands around your shin, gently pulling towards you. And let's make some circles with that left ankle, just loosening up those hip rotators. And switching sides. And release. Placing your hands behind your shins, you're going to roll up and make your way into child's pose. Taking a few deep breaths there. Draw your navel in and up, tuck tailbone under. And walk your hands back. So you're sitting on your ankles. You're going to bring your knees in so they're hips width distance. So you can measure that by putting your two fists together. And we're going to come back down into child's pose, moving through some cat-cow movements here. Tuck your tailbone under, round your spine, and very slowly arching your back like you're in cat. Move into tabletop position, toes touching. Then place your hands on your back, arch your back, supporting the low back, reaching your heart up to the sky. Exhale, child's pose. Tuck tailbone under, round spine. Really arching it, arching it, arching it. Placing hands on low back, heart reaches up to the ceiling. And then child's pose. And one more time at your own pace. Pressing into your palms, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal your feet out left and then right. And then find a place of stillness. Inhale your right foot up, bend right knee. Open up your hips to the right. And then make some big circles with that right knee. Moving both directions. Squaring your hips to the ground. Step the right foot forward, keeping your back knee up off the ground. Tense your fingers on either side of the front foot. Drop your hips down, reach your heart to the front of the mat. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, bending, reaching heart, dropping hips down. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. 2 more times at your own pace. On the exhale, with a straight leg, shift the weight into your front foot, lifting the back foot up off the ground. Standing splits. Now we're going to want to feel what square hips are here. So bring your knees together to touch and then reach that back leg behind you. Doing that a few times. Exhale, reaching back. And then drop that back foot forward. Interlace your hands in the crooks of the elbows. Let your head hang heavy. Shifting the weight into the balls of the feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths. Bring your feet together. Inhale your arms up. Interlace your hands. Release your index finger. Arms behind your ears. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend to the left. Keeping a nice long spine. Arms behind your ears. Weight in your heels. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bending to the right. Drawing navel in and up. Lengthening through the spine. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands to your side. Step your feet out, mats width distance, turning your toes out. Exhale, squatting down. I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, but I can't go inside because my children will sabotage this. So I will persevere. Pressing your knees back, lengthening through the spine. It's all part of the practice here. Placing your hands on the mat, lift your hips up, step the left foot back, drop the back knee, untuck the back toe. Keep your hands on the mat, lengthening through the spine. Really sink your hips down, really working into that hip flexor. We'll be revisiting this posture later in the sequence. Tucking the back toe under, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale into plank, holding here for a few deep breaths. And lower all the way down, squeezing legs together. Inhale up, Bhujangasana. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot up. Bend left knee, open up left hip to the side of the mat. And then make big circles with that left knee. Square your hips to the mat. Step the left foot forward. Keeping the back knee up off the ground. Inhale, drop hips down. Reaching heart forward. Exhale, straighten front leg. Inhale and exhale. Moving through this movement 3 more times at your own pace. I lost count here, thinking that's about 3. On the next exhale with a straight leg, we'll shift our weight into the front foot, lifting back foot up. And then bring your knees together to touch, squaring your hips, leveling your hips. Reach that back leg back. A few more times. And stepping back foot forward, forward fold, interlacing your hands in the crooks of the elbows. Releasing your hands, inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center, bringing your feet together. Inhale your hands up, interlace your hands, release your index finger. Lengthen through the spine, bend to the left, keeping your arms behind your ears. Nice long spine here. Inhale back to center, exhale the other side. Inhale, and then exhale, release your arms, stepping feet out, turning toes out a bit, coming into Malasana, squats. Place your right hand on the ground, press right knee back with right elbow, lift your left hand up, twisting to the left, lengthening through the spine. You can drop your left hand behind you. Exhale, release. Pushing right knee back with right elbow, placing your hand on the mat. Left knee back with left elbow, reaching right hand up, twisting to the right. Lengthening through the spine, option to place hand behind your back. And release. Just round your spine here, drop your head. And then lift your hips up a bit, step the right foot back, drop back knee, untuck back toe. Place both hands to the inside of that front foot. Scooch that knee back a bit. And then let your hips sink down to the ground. Reach your heart forward. And then tuck that back toe under, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale halfway, holding here. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Inhaling up, high lunge. Exhale, airplane arms. Shifting weight into that front foot, lifting back foot up. Airplane. Drop the back foot down, coming into Utkatasana. Interlace your hands behind your back, lengthen through the spine, fold forward, really getting a nice stretch in that low back, and then straighten your legs. Really trying to glue your torso onto your thighs, so feel free to keep those legs bent. Release hands, inhale up, Utkatasana. Shifting weight into your right foot again, reaching the left foot back. Option to have hands at heart center or reach them in front of you. Warrior 3. Drop the back leg, inhale up, high lunge. Exhale, cactus arms, dropping your back knee. Tuck tailbone under. Press hips forward towards the front of the mat. Straighten back leg. Reach hands up. Exhale, airplane arms. Shifting weight into that front foot again. And then drop the back foot. Inhale up, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, stepping back. Optional chaturanga or just downward dog. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Inhale, up. Exhale, airplane arms. Shifting weight into that front foot. Dropping the back foot down, Utkatasana. Interlacing your hands behind your back. Exhale, fold forward, gluing your thigh and your torso together. Straighten the legs, keeping that connection. Release your hands, inhale up, Utkatasana. Shifting weight into that left foot, stepping right foot back, up, just kidding, coming into Warrior 3. Dropping the back foot. Now we're coming into high lunge. Exhale, drop that back knee so it's just hovering. Tuck tailbone under. Press hips to the front. of the mat. Straighten back leg, airplane arms, shifting weight into that front foot. Stepping the back foot forward, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, stepping back. Optional chaturanga. So for all my classes, I like to do all the flows twice. And second round, I'll offer some more advanced options, but don't feel like you have to take them. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Inhaling up, high lunge. Exhale, airplane. Arms, shifting weight into that front foot. Lifting the back foot up. Woo. Stepping the back foot forward into Utkatasana. Interlace your hands behind your back, folding forward, resting here. Reaching your hands up over your head. Now, option coming up. Option to keep those hands bound behind you, or you can release them and do a regular warrior 3. If you have the bind, you're going to shift into that right foot, reach the left foot up. Coming into a bound warrior 3. You can stay here or start to reach your torso down, arms over your head. In a kind of standing splits. Woo! Real balance here. Woo! Dropping that back foot. Inhale your arms up, high lunge. Exhale, bending back knee so it's hovering. Tuck your tailbone under. Straighten back leg, reach hands up. Inhale here and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Inhaling up, high lunge. Exhale, airplane arms. Shifting weight into the front foot. Stepping the back foot forward, Utkatasana. Interlace your hands behind your back, folding forward. Option, so inhale up, Utkatasana. Option to keep the bind with your hands or do regular warrior 3. Shifting weight into the left foot. Warrior 3, bound hands. Stay here or start to, this left side's harder for me. And play around with it, It's not a tragedy if you lose your balance. We're not trying to win an award here. Dropping back foot. Reaching hands up. Exhale, bending back knee. Tucking tailbone under, pressing hips forward. Straighten back foot, reaching hands up. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. And bring your feet together, knees out wide, child's pose. And tuck your toes under, downward dog. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, step it between your hand. Spin the back heel down, inhaling up into warrior one. Pressing into the outer edge of that back foot, then rotating hips towards the front of the mat. Exhale, warrior two, stepping that back foot to the side, bending deep in that front knee. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse warrior, holding here. Straighten that front foot, hands on hips. Pigeon toe your toes in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. You can place your hands on the ground or grab your big toes with your peace sign fingers. Lengthening through the spine. Shift the weight into the balls of the feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, spin the back heel up. Step it to the side, coming into high lunge just for a moment. Inhale here. Exhale, drop back knee. Untuck back toes. Move that front foot to the left. Both hands to the inside of the front foot. Scooch that knee back so you're on the top part of the knee. Lengthening through the spine. This may be enough. Or you can come down onto your elbows. This may be enough. Or you could bend the back knee. And placing both hands on the mat, tuck the back toe under, downward dog. Optional chaturanga here. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands, spinning back heel down, warrior one. Pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale here, exhale, warrior two, moving that back foot to the side. Inhale here, exhale, reverse warrior, holding it here, bending deep in that front knee. Straighten the front knee, hands on hips, pigeon toe your toes in. Lengthen through the spine, folding forward again. Grabbing big toes with peace sign fingers, we're going to lengthen from our hips. Drawing your navel in and up. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Spin that back heel up. Coming into high lunge just for a moment. Inhale here. Exhale, drop back knee, untuck back toes. Walk the left foot to the side of the mat. Turn the left toes out a bit. Scooch that back knee back so you're on the top part of the knee. Lengthening through the spine. Option to come down onto your elbows. Option to bend the back knee. Coming on to your hands, tucking back toe under, downward facing dog. Optional chaturanga here. And we'll move through that sequence one more time. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands, spinning back heel down, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here, exhale, reverse. Straighten the front knee, turn front toes in, lengthen through the spine, folding forward. Now, option here to grab the back of your shins, ankles, or ideally, you're grabbing underneath your heels here. Lengthening through the spine, reaching your heart down to the ground. Releasing your hands, inhaling up. Exhale, warrior two. Spin the back heel up, high lunge. Drop back knee, untuck back toes. Scooch the knee back a bit. Walk the right foot to the right side of the mat, turning toes out. You can come into any of the variations that we've done. Or if you'd like the real humdinger here, you're going to bend that back knee, grab the back foot. Whew. With your, that feels better, your right hand. And then square your shoulders to the mat. Squeeze that left glute. Releasing your hand or your foot, placing both hands on the mat. Downward dog. Optional chaturanga here. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, step it forward. Spinning back heel down, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here, exhale, reverse. Straighten the front foot, pigeon toe, toes in, folding forward. Option to grab back of calves, back of ankles, or placing your hands under your foot at your heel. Releasing your ankles, inhaling up. Exhale, warrior two. Spinning back, heel up, high lunge. Drop back knee, untuck back toes. Move the left foot out to the left side of the mat, turning the left toes out a bit. Scooch the knee back so you're on the top part of the knee. Option to take any variation that we've done this class, or come on to your elbows, bending that back knee, grabbing foot with left hand. Let your hips sink down here, lengthen through the spine. Square both shoulders to the mat. Squeeze right glute. Release your foot, place both hands on the mat. Downward dog, optional chaturanga. That's my baby banging on the glass. Mom life. All right, so that whole flow actually prepared us for the ultimate posture that we're going to do today that opens up the hips, flexors, and hamstrings, and that's the splits. And I know it really freaks people out. You don't have to do it, but I'll show you some different variations. You're going to want to have your blocks or pillows handy. And coming into downward dog, you're going to step the right foot forward, drop back knee, untuck back toes. Straighten that front foot, fold over the front foot. Now this is half splits. You can stay here. You can even take the half splits a little further and just start to kind of scoot that knee back a bit. If you want to go into the full splits or any variation, you can place a block under or stack some pillows underneath that front leg. Now let's talk about some alignment. I like to have my hips square to the front of the mat, so I pull that front hip back a bit and this hip forward, and you can actually feel it squaring off. You don't have to have your hips that way. You can have them open more. That's fine. You'll get a different stretch. Then you're going to check in with that front knee, whatever posture that you're taking. That front knee needs to be have a pretty considerable, like a slight bend in it. And I actually get more of a stretch when it's slightly bent. And it also helps keep the knee healthy that way. Then you're going to tilt your torso back. So ideally it's in one line. And then that back foot tends to do some weird things. So make sure that it's pointing straight back behind you. And then the most important thing is we don't have to suffer through this and just tense up. So I like to, rock back and forth and kind of loosen up those spots. Play around with kind of moving my torso. And then just finding a spot of stillness. And then to come out of it, you're going to just place both hands to the inside of that front leg, bringing it back, coming into downward dog or any posture that feels good. Pedaling it out. Then inhale, left foot. Exhale, step it between your hands, dropping back knee, untucking back toes. Option to just straighten the front leg and fold over that front foot for half splits. You can take the half splits a little further and scoot that back knee back a bit. Okay, or if you want to come into full splits, placing a block or pillows underneath that left thigh. And we'll go through our little checklist. So front knee slightly bent. Left hip back a little bit, right hip forward if you want to have your hips squared. Take a look at your back toe. And then moving torso so that it's centered over your hips. And then a little bit of rocking back and forth, just loosening things up. And then closing your eyes and finding a place of stillness. Placing both hands to the inside of that front foot. Bringing the back foot back. Down dog. Optional chaturanga here. Inhale, right foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands. Drop back knee. Heel toe, right foot to the left of the mat. Dropping chin down, coming into pigeon. You can rest on your elbows or stack your hands. And placing both hands on the mat, tucking back toes under, downward dog, wiggling it out left and then right. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands, dropping back knee. Walking left foot to the right side of the mat. Coming into your version of pigeon. And coming on to your palms, tucking back toe under, downward dog. And walk all the way through, lying down onto your back. Taking a few breaths here. And bend your right knee. Interlace your hands around your right shin. Pull right knee towards right armpit. Keeping both shoulder blades on the ground. Then bring right leg across your body for a twist. And then coming back to center, bending left knee, interlacing hands around your left shin, pulling left knee towards left armpit. Rooting both shoulder blades into the ground. Bring left leg across the body for a twist. Release the left leg. Preparing for the final resting pose of Savasana. Let your legs relax. Maybe placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And gently wiggle your fingertips and toes, bringing small movements back into the body. And roll over onto one side, keeping your eyes closed. And make your way up into a comfortable seated position. Placing your hands at heart center. Noticing the difference between your body and mind from the beginning of class. Having a moment of gratitude for the opportunity to practice today. And thank you for practicing with me. I look forward to practicing with you guys in person. Pure family. Namaste.